Who doesn't love some new tech and new gear? Let's see what the Marine Corps is going to feel for 2021. Let's go.
With the end of 2020 fast approaching, it's officially that wonderful time of the year when we can stop, take stock of our lives, and look ahead to what 2021 holds for us. And in the case of U.S. military personnel in close combat roles, it's a slew of new weapons and gear for a boost in delicious lethality.
I hope what this man or robot saying is correct. The new gear is lethality. Not more hassles and shit that doesn't work. That'd be a good start. Let's keep watching.
A look ahead at some of the fresh gear soldiers and Marines can expect to find in their arsenals in the coming years. New pistols for Marines. The Marine Corps finally started fielding the M18 service pistol to replace its existing arsenal of sidearms back in September, its first new pistol in nearly 35 years. A compact
I like the striker fire pistol, like something lighter. Good idea. I think the different grip size is kind of stupid. It worked before. Not many people are pulling their sidearm, let's be frank, in the military. Striker fired lighter makes sense.
Of the striker-fired M17 that the Army adopted under the Modular Handgun System program in 2017, the M18 will replace all other pistols in the Marine Corps inventory, including the M9, M9A1, M45A1, and M007, according to the service.
On that pistol deal, I really didn't understand why they had different sizes they could field in the regular military. In other words, conventional troops, they have a compact and a full size. If one unit's got a compact, one unit likes the full size. I guess if it's modular, it's not going to matter with respect to the innards, the parts. The grips, it's about time to replace it with something lighter. So this is probably a good move.
New futuristic combat goggles for soldiers. The Army plans on fielding its Integrated Visual Augmentation System (IVAS) to soldiers starting in the fiscal year 2021 despite potential delays posed by the spread of the novel coronavirus COVID-19. Based on Microsoft's HoloLens technology, the futuristic goggles will provide soldiers with enhanced capabilities ranging from rapid target acquisition to surveillance and reconnaissance in the form of a ruggedized heads-up display.
It looks like something else to break and to provide power for, which is the first thought I have. For training, sure. How they're going to use it in the field where it's going to be reliable. Think about the sat phone. Doesn't always work. Doesn't mean it's not a good tool in the arsenal. I know the Army has been testing this for a while. I just hope we don't over-rely on these in training and make sure we've got capabilities outside of this hassle. Because of the power factor, it seems like the sat phone example, if you don't have comms, it doesn't work because you may be in a mountain or a valley. You don't have power this thing. What's going to happen? What's the backup plan? I hope the military spends some time with that idea.
New suppressors for Marines. As Task and Purpose previously reported, Marine grunts in close combat formations will start receiving 5.56 small arms suppressors from Knights Armament Company for use on the Corps' arsenal of M27 infantry automatic rifles, M4 carbines, and M4A1 close-quarter battle weapons in the fiscal year 2021. As a Marine Corps Systems Command spokesman said at the time, the service's intent is to posture our Marines with capability now in order to improve the lethality of our Marine Corps close combat forces.
Now, I don't know that a can's going to increase lethality. I don't know why you'd want one on a machine gun. They get hot. Then what? Makes the weapon longer. I don't think most guys need a suppressor on the end of their weapon. Something else to deal with. Gets hot, can get fouled. Fouls up the weapon more often. Is it usable? Sure. They're going to have to walk through, okay, you have to clean your weapon more. Changes the dynamics of the weapon system, putting a can on the end. New
sniper rifles for soldiers and Marines. Both the Army and Marine Corps included the Multi-Role Adaptive Design (MRAD) bolt-action sniper rifle from Barrett Firearms in their respective budget requests for the fiscal year 2021, which is tucked into the defense budget bill currently winding its way through the U.S. government. While deliveries of the MRAD as the Mk-22 will commence for U.S. Special Operations Command under its Advanced Sniper Rifle program in January 2021, it's likely these specialized rifles might end up filtering down to conventional forces for testing and training over the next year.
Now that's probably long overdue. I think these are got to the point where semi-automatic weapon can be as accurate for most people as a bolt gun for what these guys were doing, at least in Afghanistan and Iraq. I think that's probably going to be a good move. One less thing to deal with, worrying about a bolt gun. Target acquisition should be a little faster, albeit these guys that go with the bolt gun pretty damn fast. So I don't know, you really gain a lot. I don't think this is going to hurt.
New grenade launchers for Marines. Years after the Army first adopted its new bloopers, the Marine Corps finally fielded its new M320A1 grenade launcher to grunts at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina back in March of this year, part of the service's push to equip all infantry units with the side-loading 40mm weapon in the fiscal year 2021. Just a note, civilians have rocked this system in Battlefield for the last decade.
I don't know what he's talking about, civilians, but a similar type of weapon was used quite often in Vietnam. Comparing that to, say, the M203, I think when it folds up, it's pretty compact. I suspect light, easy to carry, you can stow it away, doesn't get hung up on stuff. Granted, you have a 203 in the end of an M4. Looks like a good move. I don't know how many guys are going to get issued the thing. Now you're going to have to carry the rounds, the 40mm rounds with you. But it's not a big deal to put those on your body armor, carry those jokers around. Going to be really handy. Looks like another good weapon. Surprisingly, these things look all worthwhile.
Lighter body armor for Marines. The Marine Corps in April began fielding the new 25% lighter plate carrier Generation 3 to grunts ahead of a push to reach full operational capability for the new vest by the fiscal year 2023. The system improves the Marines' ability to shoot and move by eliminating excess bulk from the design, and cutting out the shoulders for a better rifle stock weld, according.
Now in this picture, it looks like the shoulders aren't cut out quite enough. You're going to get that right between your shoulder and your chest muscle, really jamming in there. Still looks problematic, but lighter body armor, that's a good move. If it's as effective, that would be outstanding. I think they'd really be making some improvements for the average Joe Grunt, carry less weight around. That's one thing I harped on in other videos when they talk about going to the 6.8mm round. More weight. Let's start with just less weight on the guys.
The service. A next-generation squad weapon for soldiers. Not likely. Although the Army has for more than a year been testing prototypes from General Dynamics OTS, AAI Corporation Textron Systems, and Sig Sauer for new 6.8mm carbine and automatic rifle systems to replace the M4 carbine and M249 squad automatic weapon, the service still doesn't plan on actually down-selecting a final group of systems and fielding them to soldiers until at least 2022.
Now I think that's a big waste of money. Most people are happy with the M4. We've refined the platform since Vietnam. The weapons they're proposing, some of them have electric triggers, all sorts of hassles that can break. And there are a big shift from the M4 platform. I don't know that we really add any lethality by going away from the M4. Now, if they're going to get a bigger round, I could see that argument. But changing it to a completely different system, I don't think it makes any sense.
Cold weather boots for Marines. The Marine Corps in December announced the service was finally fielding its new intense cold weather boot, a full-grain leather boot designed for use in temperatures as cold as -20 degrees Fahrenheit, according to the service. The new boot will fill the capability gap between the existing temperate weather Marine Corps combat boot and extreme cold weather vapor barrier boot in use by the service.
Now, I think this is a great idea. Boots are always an issue when you get into cold weather. Only so much socks can do. Having some sort of insulated boot for the conventional forces, the Marine Corps that doesn't have currently. Bravo. So a lot of these ideas look like they're going to be great to increase whether it's lethality, as in having cold feet and getting frostbite's no good. I think that those things are going to help. Out of this group of changes and improvements, what do you think is the best and the worst?